Well, it's a bit of a dull October day. Quite warm though, 14 degrees, and I thought it was high time that I got out, went out for lunch, for coffee and a toastie in the woods. Well, not actually in the woods, I'm going to a lake. It's a bit spooky in the woods. It's very quiet at this time of year. Springtime, the woods here are absolutely teeming with birds. You might think it's a bit of an indulgence bringing all the kit out here to make lunch, but this is good fun. You know, it gives a new meaning to going out for lunch, going out for coffee. It's so peaceful out here, it really is. In the woods, even at this time of year, they're a bit damp and all settling down for the winter. Once again, this mug is doing the business. It's really, really efficient. And that coffee is really nice, made by Kenko. They're Kenko Duo. They are. You can get them in latte, cappuccino, flat white, all sorts. I prefer the flat white myself. Right, how are we going to make this toastie then? Right, so I've got my sandwiches. And I've got my jet boiled skillet. We're using that in a second. And it goes on the stove. And I'm using the jet boil stash today because that's got a regulator in it and we can turn that right down to sort of simmer. I've got my lid that I've made, so that's going to go on top of my toasties. Keep them nice and warm. Cheddar cheese and a bit of Branston pickle. I'm not going to put any oil or anything like that in the pan, there's no need. As long as the heat's not too high. Oh, here we go. We could be forgiven for thinking that just putting the toasties straight into the skillet without any oil or anything like that might very well ruin the Teflon coating. But when I'm doing toasties like this, I don't put the heat on very high, and I haven't found any problems at all needing to put oil in there. So as long as you treat it carefully, then it's absolutely fine. The Teflon coating is pretty hardy stuff, and what I like about the jet boil skillet is that it's thicker in the middle and thin at the outside, so you get a good spread of heat across the toasties. Looks as if they're nearly ready. Oh yeah, looking good. Right, let's see what we've got. Oh, look at that. Woo. Oh, what? That's terrible. You wouldn't want any. Oh, coffee and toastie by the lake. Oh, melty cheddar cheese. Oh, that was so good. It might be a dull October day, but there's just nobody around. It's amazing. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, that's it, lunch over. Let's get packed up. Just emerging from the woods where I went in earlier. You see that gate? And what do I see but this? Hello, my friend. Well, that's not something you see every day. There he is. Llamas. Whatever next? There's about, oh hello, look. There's like 4 of them in this field. The great British wildlife. So there's me talking earlier about it being a dull October day. I thought I was being a bit, where are we? I thought I was being a bit optimistic, bringing the sunnies with me. But look, the sun's come out. Fantastic. No longer a dull October day. Brilliant. Right, nearly home now. It's been a little circuit of about 6.2 k, something like that. Smashing afternoon. It's cleared up really nice. And so if you've enjoyed this, like, subscribe, you know the jazz. Leave a comment below. And I'll see you next time.